He ain't even stopped the car yet. He running out with a machete in his hand.
Upon hearing victims him
and
to
it's
collapse,
all on video too.
as he fled towards the getaway.
Praise God, bro.
Dairy robber jailed in Hamilton, man. This man did what? Now I just read this description. It says, I don't want to say, I was gonna say let's call him TT, but I don't want to be disrespectful. TT, most men don't want to be called TT, so I'm not even gonna do that. Mr. T, let's say Mr. T. I don't know how you pronounce the last name. Mr. T was involved in a grievous act of slicing off a shop worker's thumb. Been sentenced to 8 years. He's 20 years old, bro. Let's see what's going on, man. If y'all want to check out my vlog, bro, my vlogging channel, go over there. I'm a trucker as well. I'm in the truck right now. If y'all want to see how the truck life is, how the truck life been treating me, check out my trucking channel, man. Overtime Twano, also in the description. Let's get it, bro. Come on, man.
A 20-year-old gang member, Viki Teao, whose
Everybody
criminal spree
chatted,
covered the
man.
North Island and involved the grievous act of slicing off a shop worker's thumb, has been sentenced to 8 years and 4 months in jail. Additionally, Judge Glenn Marshall in the Hamilton District Court imposed a minimum non-parole period of half the sentence for his involvement in numerous aggravated robberies. One of his brutal acts took place at the Irvin Street Dairy in Hamilton. Teao stormed into the store armed with a menacing machete and accompanied by 3 cohorts.
I ain't gonna lie though, just looking at this store, I would not think to rob this store right here, man. I don't think anybody would rob this store. It looked like they might have maybe 300 bucks in here in cash. And it looked like, honestly, a free, like they giving out free food or something.
On December 17th, 2022. While his co-offenders pillaged the dairy, ultimately stealing $15,000 worth of cigarettes, Teao approached the attendant and his victim, Nabeen, who begged for mercy. He then threatened his victim and mercilessly struck Nabeen's hand with a machete, chopping off his left thumb.
He ain't even stopped the car yet. He running out with a machete in his hand.
Upon hearing victims' cries, a passerby rushed to intervene. Confronting the group, the passerby was then punched to the jaw from one of the offenders, causing him to collapse.
And it's all on video too.
As he fled towards the getaway car, Teao aggressively swung his machete,
fast,
narrowly avoiding the man who had tried to help. The video captures the passerby rendered unconscious on the road.
So it sounds like they got a whole bunch of cigarettes.
The entire incident was captured on the shop's CCTV camera and was later released by the police to the media. The footage provided a detailed...
Bro, hey, these civilians, bro. You are too bold, bro. Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Why are you walking up to these people while they in the middle of doing this? Let's not be a hero today, man. Look what happened to Hancock, bro. The heroes, they get hurt, bro. What are you doing, man? Sit down.
Of the intense events, enabling the judge to witness the sequence of actions that unfolded during the incident. The distressing footage unveils a particularly alarming detail. Teao emerges as the sole individual within the group wielding the menacing machete, and he employs it with ruthless efficiency. The video captures the chilling moment when he, with calculated intensity, uses the weapon not only on the initial victim but also on a well-intentioned Good Samaritan who courageously stepped forward to offer assistance.
Which was dumb. That's dumb. He said it like, oh yeah, he's a Good Samaritan. No, do not do that. That's a dummy decision. That's suicide, bro. This man literally could have died right here to save some cigarettes. Honestly, it's a good thing they stealing cigarettes, bro. You should not be smoking them anyway. What's going on, bro? Why are you being a hero?
The unfolding events showcase a brazen display of violence, with Teao dominating the situation through the sheer force of the machete.
Did he get hit with the machete?
After completing their mission, the group is quickly seen escaping the scene with their loot.
He got hit with something.
Amidst the haste, the Good Samaritan is poignantly spotted lying in the bottom right-hand corner. Fog is seen swirling on the top left corner created by the activated fog cannons that were installed in the shop. Viki Teao, who was on electronically monitored bail at the time for an earlier aggravated robbery, then went on the run for 6 weeks before eventually being arrested in Palmerston North after stealing vehicles at gunpoint. He was also involved in the aggravated robberies of a Ford Falcon on 25th of August, a Spark store in Tiawamutu on 31st of August,
and a black... But he's been involved in a lot of situations. And why are they only saying his name? It was like 3 other people there, man. He been involved in a lot. Is this the exact situation? There go to another thing. I'm telling y'all, this is the staple of the New Zealand, man. I noticed this. This silver minivan, just a silver minivan build is the staple. We seen one right here, right? And in the beginning, what are the odds? What are the chances of this, man? Right here, another one, silver minivan. They're everywhere. Y'all don't even notice that. I noticed that though. Now that I say it, just look around, man. Trust me.
Awamutu on 31st of August, and a Black Bull liquor store in Cambridge on 11th of December. In his initial public statement since the incident, the victim revealed that while his thumb had been successfully reattached, it still had limited function. He depended on others for basic tasks such as eating and driving. The victim mentioned that the doctors had informed him that it might take—
Nah, bro, you can eat without a thumb. Like, can you eat without a thumb? Nah, that would be difficult. Now I think about it. You would have, yeah, that's, you got your other hand though, bro.
Tasks such as eating and driving. The victim mentioned that the doctors had informed him that it might take 1 to 2 years to regain sensation and full use of his hand, or it might not recover at all. The loss of the ability to use his hand deeply saddened him, as he had been accustomed to being independent. Moreover, he and his wife continued to grapple with the emotional toll of losing their baby. Sadly, she suffered a miscarriage just days after the incident, attributed to the stress they experienced. Presently, the victim copes with constant severe pain and takes daily painkillers to manage it. Teao admitted about 15 charges in November, including intent to cause grievous bodily harm, aggravated robbery, unlawfully getting into a motor vehicle, assault with a weapon, and dangerous driving. Upon arrest, Teao was convicted and remanded in custody. In the Hamilton High Court, his solicitor pushed for discounts totaling to 60%, including for youth, a Section 27 regarding his cultural report, his guilty pleas and remorse. According to the solicitor, he was only 18 when the offending began, also had ADHD, which combined with the impulsivity of youth that affected his behavior, and at the time of Irvine Street robbery, he was high on methamphetamine.
He playing crazy?
He was also born into a gang environment and was even named after a gang member and dressed in gang colors from birth. When his father came back into his life, he unfortunately taught him how to use weapons to solve problems and took him off his ADHD medication. Teao was supported in court by family and friends, was remorseful for what happened and pushed against Crown Solicitor submission of a minimum non-parole period. In jailing Teao, Judge Glenn Marshall labeled the violence in the Irvine Street incident as highly gratuitous, premeditated, and with multiple attackers. The victim was vulnerable, trapped, unarmed, and posed no threat to you. He took a starting point of 15 years before issuing a 25% discount for his guilty plea. Teao was imprisoned to serve at least half of his 8-year and 4-month sentence and disqualified from driving for a year on driving charges.
So he pretty much got to do minimum 4.5 years, and he can't drive for a year. Slices that man thumb off. In America, bro, it could have been worse. It could have been better. Could have been worse though. We gone, man. Let's get it, dog.